Hello. What's up? Let's make sure I'm doing Twitch right. It's been a long time since I streamed. Yeah, looks like we're good. Very cool. So I'm working on a video game. It's sort of like, hey, what's up? Long time, Brian. How you been, dude? I'm making a StarCraft clone. You got this dude, and he can kind of run around. He can throw beer bottles at people. Wham! Get fucked by a beer bottle. So this is what I'm working on. Right now it draws really fucking slow. I'm keeping all of this map in memory right now. So I've got a big space leak that I don't really need. But I don't know if I care enough to fix it. At least not today. But actually, let's go back. All of these are little tiles, and if you scroll the map around, you can see kind of, I don't know if this shows up on the video, but there's like a grid here because they don't align perfectly or something. I'm not super sure what is causing this, but it sucks. Also, this is not very smooth, it's drawing. So my plan is I want to actually cook these things and like build images out of them. Currently my rendering library does not support that, but how hard could it be? So that's the plan for today. So how does this work? Render element is what does this. It gives us a Cairo render monad. Who calls this function? Yeah, look at this. So you just draw into a texture, and then we copy that to the renderer. I don't know what the fuck a renderer is. Maybe I wrote this at one point in my life. This doesn't look like code I wrote, though. I stole a lot of this from Helm. So it makes a texture on the renderer. So yeah, I don't think this will be too hard. So we want to expose an IO action, right? Render to, we'll call it bake. That's a cool name. Engine it takes, and it takes a form. Well, it takes an element. And it takes a size, I guess. And it gives us back a texture. We don't have a way of describing or referencing textures yet. That's okay. Who gives a shit? So I'm just going to yank all this. It allocates a pixel pointer. What does it do with this? Pixels. Oh, this fills the background with image surface data. Gets a surface that unlocks the texture. Cool. So this render actually does almost everything we want. Read IO buffer. What's this buffer shit? New IO ref. Okay. Oh, this is the back buffer. Is that what this is? So we have a back buffer, we read it, we lock it, we get its pixels, its pitch. Fuck it, who cares? Fine, no problem. So we need to make a texture on the renderer. Do we have a renderer? Where does that renderer come from? Oh, the renderer is inside the engine. This is my texture, and then we copy this shit. Fucking best programmer. We don't need to rebuild it. Texture, we have a texture, we can lock it. Draw it black. Oh, back color comes from the engine. It's kind of shit, but I guess it's fine. Render clear, renderer, yeah. What the hell does this do? SDL render copy. Who understands this shit? Rendering context, source texture. I think this is moving it onto the screen. Is that what this is doing? Render present. Yeah, okay. So this actually copies it to the renderer. So I actually don't give a shit about the renderer, I don't think. Pure texture. Does this compile? Nope. One more argument to texture. On 128. SDL texture. What is texture? Whoa. What the fuck? Cool. I wonder what this renderer does here. Yeah, you're adding paint. Okay, yeah. So I don't know if we need this back buffer thing. Make texture. Who knows? This means nothing to me. So my guess is this is enough. We can call bake and it will draw things for us. So we should now be able to go back to our main game. Oh, we actually can't present these things yet. Because the graphics engine doesn't support it. If we go to element, we can say baked element is an SDL texture. Okay, as SDL. Guess that's the one we want. Yes, that is the one we want. Okay, now engine, nope, now Sequoia doesn't compile anymore. So guess is as good as mine. Set source surface. Translate fill. Oh, it fills it based on that. Under form. Huh. I guess we'll just copy. What's this get image surface stuff? Oh yeah. Oh hey, we can improve this performance. Oh what the fuck? Very confused, you guys. Okay, now I've got duplicate patterns doing. Okay, so let's say we want to draw a baked element. That's not how you spell it. Element. Okay. Get texture somewhere, right? Size. Oh. We were just looking at it. Get surface size. Oh, but a surface is not a texture. Wait, do I have textures or surfaces? What have I done? I have a texture. I think I want a surface. Your guess is as good as mine. Texture versus surface. Cool, we want to use a texture. Yeah, okay, great. STL copy texture. Oh, we want render copy, right? That's exactly what we were doing. Yes. The source rectangle or null for the entire texture. So I think what we want to do is, the problem is all the cropping logic is like really shit and doesn't compose. What's an image element? It has a file path. Get the surface out of it. Right. Okay. So, the problem is we don't know where to render this thing. Currently it'll stretch the entire thing, I think. Maybe this is not worth doing today. Fuck it. Fuck this shit. Okay, great. I don't really know what I want this to look like, and so it's probably not worth fighting with right now. So we just undo everything, and it continues to compile. So instead, we can work on the game itself. I kind of want to draw little widgets, like icons for actions. Currently, they're all implicitly, you just like press the right hotkey, and it works, sort of. So instead, let's implement that. 6 and 7 BW. Okay, great. We can build it, and great, that works. I also kind of want to set up like a mock battle where you kind of have a bunch of dudes set up, and you can kind of, there's like bad guys who come in and attack you, and you have to strategically try it, and just to get a sense of how the game plays. But let's draw these widgets first. So if we go to the types, we have a thing called a widget, command widget. And this kind of corresponds to actions that people have. It has maybe a hotkey, it might be visible. Maybe we should make visible be a con location. So let's instead make this a maybe int. And even better, let's make a data type for this. Widget column. Oops. So if we have 4 columns and 3 rows, does that make sense? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Jesus, row. Deriving eq or cho enum bounded. It's probably fine. So now this thing is a pair of a widget column and a widget row. Let's call this a call. CW position. It's as good a name as anything, I guess. Okay. Fuck yes. So the next step is we need to make it compile again. So if we go to game data, we need to update all of these widgets that we have. These are the widgets here. So just call one, row one, attack, column 4, Warcraft 3 icons, gameplay. How does this work? Move, stop, hold, attack, patrol. Okay, so we'll make this at 4-1. Oops. This is column 2. There is no, you can't be visible. We don't have submenus yet, so we'll just put this in column 1, row 2. Nothing. Just column 1, row 1. Where would be a good place for this? Probably 4-2. Okay, that's almost all our widgets. Size to arm. I guess we'll make this row, we'll call 1, row 3. Now we need to change this to be CW pause. And then, to do some shit, we will go find all CW pause and then call norm of VIP space equals. Yes! Oh, that's too much. We'll do that again. Not VIP, in the inside. Bam. Oh, beautiful, baby. Some dim shit. This compiles now, I'd like to believe. Yes? Yes, it does compile. So now we want to be able to render a set of widgets. So we got to draw a command here. Call it draw UI, I guess. Draw widgets even. This thing takes a set of command widgets and it gives us back a form. Okay, so we have our widgets, W's, and I don't know what this will be implemented as yet. So the first thing we should do is make sure these things sort as we expect them to. Sort row 2, call 3, except we put them as columns and then rows. Let's also put in column 1. I think we want to sort them by row first, right? I guess it doesn't really matter as long as they're sorted one way or another. Column 1, row 4. Does that work? You son of a bitch. Yeah, okay, so it is lexical on the first character. I guess it doesn't really matter if they're sorted or not, because we can just turn their positions into... Okay, there's a group function. And so we can call this in a monad. So we get a W. Now this wants what, something. An element, probably. Okay, so I guess we'll make a rectangle, 32 by 32 pixels. Let f is equal to this. We'll fill it with red. Red is not in scope, but we can say RGBA or RGB100. That's red. We still need a thing. And then we need to move this into the right location. So it's P is going to be, I guess we have to and from enum on these things, right? So we can say our coords are equal to CW position on W, right? And then we can call F, oh yeah, if it has one of these things. I guess that's exactly what we do, right? We guard on that. Is there a nice way to do that? Co-Cs is equal to, we can do a do block here. No, we don't, we can just do a case. CW pause of, if it's just, we go up here, nothing, we go M0, or empty, I guess is probably the better one. Yeah. Shit don't compile. Why doesn't empty work? Oh, because I forgot to apply this function. Yes, great. So we now have some coordinates, and we can also do a pointwise mapping on them. And so we want to enum, nope, from enum, right? I think that's the type we want. C's is now a pair of ints, and that's perfect. Okay, so we now have our coordinates, and we can multiply those things. And I guess we call from integral on that. From integral. Beautiful. Yes, it's kind of disgusting. Does that work? Yes. And then those are defaulting, and that's fine. Okay, so we now have C's, and we can take C's and we can turn it into a V2. I got a 2v2 method somewhere. 2v2. Takes a pair of ints and it gives me a fuck. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. V2. This thing should be a V2 now. And it is. Okay. So we want to add a border for each one. Oh yeah, so that means we just multiply it by sizes bigger than. Let widget size is equal to 32, and we'll say widget border is equal to 4 pixels. This is now widget size. Here, move F. How do we move F? We take C's and we multiply it by widget size plus widget border. Cool. Now, we got a selected guy somewhere. So this selects whether or not they're selected. Placement commands, debug drawing. And here we want to draw it. So E for ents with entities who are selected. And here we can return what? Oh, we want to get their actions, right? Commands? Commands, it's called. Okay. So, this is a list of it. So we want to call list to maybe on that. Fmap. Commands. Is that too long? That's perfect. Great. Oh. So we should have commands now. Commands as a maybe command widget. So we can go for commands, call it m commands. Now it's perfect. That gives us some commands, and we can use that to draw widgets. Let w's is equal to draw widgets on commands. And then we can emit it. Well, the problem is emit is in world space. We actually want screen space. So we can do it like this. Emit screen. Oh, the problem is this thing gets called. I guess it'll technically never get called if it's in screen space. So that's fine. Emit screen. And then emit is actually equal to emit of a minus cam b, I think, right? Yeah. So we can emit this at, let's say 0, 0, w's. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, I need to do. Oh, these are two separate arguments. We can then beta reduce. Bam. And so this should draw my widgets on screen. In the top left corner, we should get red circles, red squares. Maybe. Sure taking a long time. Uh-oh. We caused an infinite loop. What have we done? Uh-oh. It's hella frozen. Maybe it's not. Okay, what did I do? Oh, emit's written in terms of emit. What an idiot. That would do it, huh? It got real dark. Let me turn on some lights. I'm back, baby. Alright. So, we shouldn't have an infinite loop anymore, and we should now get the red squares we expect to see. Hey, look at that, we have some red squares. And they change depending on who is selected, which is a fucking great sign. But it also looks like it's being overlapped, doesn't it? No, it's not. So where do I put command center? That's the real question. Column 1, row 2. Yeah, perfect. Okay, this is fucking sweet, actually. So that's right. The next thing is we need to offset it by half. Okay, so we go back here to draw widgets. We can move these into a where block. Where? Because I want to move the entire thing down by half of that, right? Size 2. You son of a bitch. Oh, need a dot. So now this thing should be in the top right, top left corner instead of being halfway in the top left corner. And it is. That's super cool. I'm really happy with that. I mean, it's not the world's most interesting thing I've done, but now we want to move that to the bottom right of the screen. Maybe we should make these be globals. Num A to A. And then we can get widget container size. Action widgets, action panel size. This thing is also num A to A. This thing is equal to, oh, this is a pair actually. Let's make it a V2, even better. This thing's a V2 of, no, it's a 2V2 from enum of max bound on widget column. And then same here, change to, whoop. This thing is now the row. And then we times this all by widget size plus widget border. Cool. That gives us our panel. Let's move this down here. What's your problem? This wants to be a pair. It's not. That's what the problem is. Great. We'll move this down. So drawing should now take the screen size. How does culling work? Screen rect. Game width plus buffer. So it's the game width, game height. Okay. Which we don't have anywhere, unfortunately. So this is the V2 of screen width, screen height minus the action panel, what was it called? Action panel size. You son of a bitch. Pretty sure it is there. Game width. That's a bad name for it. It should be definitely the screen. If I am right, this should now be in the bottom right. These squares of ours. And they're sort of there. But we shifted not enough. Oh yeah, we need to add one to each. Plus one. That doesn't work. Looks great. Cool. Hey, that was great. I think we want one more border, though. V2 border, widget border. Great. I mean, it's pretty shit, but hopefully I'll get let bound out, let floated. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it. I mean, it's aggressively red, but that's fine. So the next step is let's draw some text on it. Text API is really shitty, I remember. Sequoia, source, game, Sequoia, text. How does text work? Plain text. We just call it plain text and it just works. Okay, plain text. So we go back to draw widgets. So we can move this here. Cool. On top of that, we want to do a plain text, which is the CW name of our widget. You fucker. Game Sequoia. Text. Plain text. Are you for real? Overloaded strings. Oh, that gives me a form, huh? Okay. Gives me an element. From form to element. To form. Oh, this thing's a fucking string and it shouldn't be a string. Fuck. Who wrote this goddamn stupid API? I did. Okay. Import data text, please. This thing is now a t text. Means game data now needs overloaded strings, and that means this we don't need overloaded strings because it doesn't do anything here. Sick. What happens? Doesn't compile. Because Cabal needs to know about text. Bum ba dum bum. Oh yeah, look at that. If they ostensibly have commands on them. It looks like shit, but it's fine. I mean, it's good enough, right? This is sick. Can I select my pyramid? Pyramid doesn't have any actions. Volcano, not pyramid. It looks like ass. It looks so terrible. I think I'm okay with that though. So this guy can build a command center. Oh, you know what we should do instead? We should put their hotkeys. Hotkey is probably smarter. Okay, so let's draw widgets. And instead now we probably want as text. As text. So, is there an easy way to do that? No, not really. It's okay. We can go maybe mempty. Otherwise, plain text to form on CW key hotkey. Right? Not plain text, as text. You son of a bitch. Yep, still forgot to apply it. Oh yeah, that's better. Now, do we get key text? Takes a key and gives us back a text. Not a t text, but a text. We can make it give us back a fucking element. So we show the k, and then we t pack it, and then we plain text that, and then we to form that. And then we go like this. Import qualified data text as t. Now we want plain text again. 228. This thing is a form that produces. And now we want to call get key text on that. Oh, hold on. Head. There you go. Oh, you son of a bitch. Head pure. Oh, you know what's better? Take one. There we go. Oh, this is going to be so much better, dudes. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's like not ass anymore. It's not as helpful, but it does tell you what buttons you can press. Oh, yeah, that's fucking cool. I think that's worth checking in. These guys can harvest? Yeah, they can. So this guy can build a command center here, for example. He walks up there. He slaps it down. Great. And now these dudes, they can call harvest on this. And they walk over and they take things out of it. I get shot. Oh, I crashed it! Irrefutable pattern. What the fuck? 241. Oh, that's exciting. Cool, this can crash. if it's a sub command and the unit is killed. That's good to know. Let's check it in. Okay, we'll find what's happening. Sure we haven't done anything stupid. Looks really good. So what do we do? Draw widgets. Cool. Is that actually the logic that we use elsewhere? List to maybe. Yes, that is actually what we do. Oh, you know what we can do here? We can say ents with selected. It's going to be a little faster. So that actually does show us the list of commands for the current guy. So it's perfect. I wonder what this does. I wrote that for sure. Okay, my dudes, what are we doing? What are we writing next? We can make sub-command menus. So you have to press build and then you can choose your buildings. It's not a bad idea. I don't know how to implement that right now. The problem is that is not really an action in the current way we do actions. So this command widget has this thing called the commander. And the commander is a type synonym for commanding proxy to. And the commanding is what? Commanding is one of these things. You can say, it's a gadget which says, I am some existential thing, and I am looking for a location or a unit or instance. So you say, I have, like to move, you need to move to a location. And so you wrap that thing in a location command, and this acts as like a continuation. And it says, hey, here's the command I want to execute, but I'm waiting until I have a location to run it on. The reason that this thing is parameterized is we use it both for the one that's being in progress, and once we've invoked it, what is its actual data, and it's this game const thing. So that's what that is. The problem is this doesn't really fit nicely into like, oh, I want to show more actions, you know? So what's the solution for that? We can make it an either of like say, hey, I'm either a commander or I am subcommands, like a list of subcommands. Oh, that would probably work. But it still doesn't play nicely with the fact that our drawing commands don't work. We could give them an instant action. Oh, it shouldn't be an action because then it would cancel whatever else they're doing. Right? You should be able to like move and then say while you're moving, choose what you're gonna build. So this suggests this thing is not a commanding. It's not a command widget in the same way other things are command widgets, which is annoying. And it's like the only thing that I can think of that is different in this regard. So I wonder if we can make it like a switch command in the same way that these things are commands, and then we'll just special case it so it um, doesn't like take over your list of commands. That's probably reasonable. Yeah, okay. We can like set a global variable that says like, hey, here's the things I want to draw. And then whenever you change selection. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I got a solution. I think I've got a solution, you guys. So it's going to be a menu command. It doesn't hmm. 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 I don't know the right way to do this. Probably it's the same as an instant command in some regard. Because this thing is a unit. I don't know if the A is. Oh, the A is the essential bit. And maybe it should take a list of command widgets here. Okay. Doesn't crash. Well, it doesn't not compile yet. This thing is 2. I don't know why I need a show for this, but I have one. Okay, client is the next place that needs to be updated for this. Oh, this is totally bugged. This lets you cast. This will issue orders to units who can't use them. That's fine though. It's not a problem right now. So, yeah, okay. This is loading up the continuation commands, and instead we can use this to override some state somewhere. Where do we do it? Okay, let's put in some local state. Types. Local state. ls extra buttons. And this thing is a strict. No, it's not. I guess it is strict. It's maybe list of command widgets. And then we reorder this. So now this thing is a menu command. We actually don't give a shit about any of that stuff. This is our widgets here. Hey Flo, what's up? What the hell's what? Menu. Maybe this thing doesn't even take that F shit. Ooh, that's baller. Okay. This is Haskell. Extra, what's it called? Extra buttons? extra buttons is equal to W's. And this should compile. But it doesn't, because I fucked up. This is now blue. Now we have non-exhaustive pattern matches in Overture for 55. And this thing is always false. Menu command. This, oh, actually, you know what this thing should do is this thing should look through. This thing should actually look through your sub commands. Should this look through the sub commands? I think the answer is yes, but that's okay. Yeah, I probably should. That's okay, it's fine. I don't care. So this now will compile. Now client is non-exhaustive. What? Placement command. Did I destroy something? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, cool. So that lets us swap out our buttons. And now let's swap out our buttons. Now that we can swap out our buttons, we want to query that and draw those if okay, so extra commands. This thing is gets ls extra buttons. Now this thing is coerce of first x commands or first m commands, right? Oh, this is going to converse badly. So this thing is actually a get first. And now local state doesn't have what it needs. That's okay. All right. So that should be, oh, now main doesn't have an exhaustive pattern match here. Now this should never happen. Okay, so this lets us switch our commands. We don't have any commands to switch to. That's okay. So build command center widget. Let's put this in row 1-1. Buildings widget is a command widget. Now this thing is a menu command, and this thing has inside of it a build command center widget. Okay, this thing is probably column 1, row 3. Cool. Now who has this? Nobody has this. Buildings widget. Okay, moment of truth. This will never actually get cleared, but that's okay. It should switch, and it should allow us to cast our other spells. Oh, yeah, this is fine. This is right, I think. Okay, cool. so we can select this guy. He's got a new... Oh, I put this in the same place. Let's make this in row 2. This guy probably shouldn't have both of these actions. Did I forget to build it? What? Okay, something weird is happening. What? What the fuck? Oh, I didn't save it. Jesus Christ. That was so weird. Okay. So he has this build action now. If I press B, and it changes, and it lets me... Okay, well... That's fine. Commands. Okay. So how does this player stuff work? Player not waiting. Okay, cool. So this is the logic we want. Yeah, okay. Get active commands. And then this is a game of maybe command widgets. And then that's exactly this logic here. Now this could be a coerce. And commands is equal to get active commands. Cool. That should still compile. It does not still compile. Why does it not still compile? Oh, it's the wrong type. Monad M, system T, and world M, maybe command widget. Yes? Monad IO. Oh, for fuck's sake. IO ref local state. Control monad. Reader class monad reader. Great. I really should write something that formats types for me. Okay, so the next dude is also, this should be actually get commands. Looks good. So now we should be able to switch. Let's change our selected. So we only want our wizard to be selected. Then we can save ourselves a little bit of time. So I only have my one guy selected. That's great. So if I press C, nothing happens. If I press B, and then I press C, oh, I can cast my spells. That's fucking sweet. I can still only cast my spell. I bet you only anybody can now build command centers. Yeah. What happens if everybody builds a command center? Does it work? Yeah, everybody builds command centers. Oh, and then they all get fucked. Cool. Can the command center build a command center? Okay, so under what circumstances do we now clear this? So we clear it whenever you cast a spell. Oh, I got a thing for this. I've got a good time to do it, I think. It's called player not waiting. No, it is player waiting. Player is waiting. Unset TT. ls extra buttons is equal to nothing. We also want to do this when you change your selection. Okay. Yeah, when you unpress your select box, if you change dudes, So we can change this to be an E over. Now she's complaining about unused something? Right? Why doesn't this complain? Oh, there, okay. Stop this. What? This should be the number of dudes we've completed now, right? Z is an integer, yeah. So, when it's not null, oh god, this is annoying. We probably want to say whose commands are these, and then check if they're in our... You know what? We could just say fuck it, and whenever we... Yeah, that's a better solution. Fuck it. Unset TT. Maybe even set it on here. Probably shouldn't unset if you are... Keep your dude in... I don't care too much about the UI experience of this. So this should now say build command center. Yeah, cool. That's great. Okay, build, and now let's reselect someone else. Yeah, great. Cool, I love it. Great. And the other thing is, it cancels too soon? No, it's fine. Okay, great. It'd be nice if we also had a cancel action for this. If you could cancel always. There's a couple ways we can do cancel. Here's a question. Are you capable of pressing buttons even if you already have a button pressed? Player not waiting? No, you can't. I kind of want there to be a cancel button in the corner. But I don't care that much, to be honest with you. How if the player is waiting? When key down, key B, ESC key to modify. If you press escape on the same command you issue something, it's probably fine. ESC key, is it key ESC? And we should also unset TT. Oh, that's actually what unset TT does, right? Yes, that is exactly what unset TT does. Does escape always just call unset TT? I think it does. Oh, it doesn't work with key bangings. That's interesting. I've got my caps lock to be escape, but it doesn't actually get picked up, and you have to press the physical escape key. Cool. All right, great. I think we want to do this anyway, right? Not just there. Like always, player should do this. And then we can get rid of this do block. We can shift that up. And we want to get rid of 4 indents. Nope, too many. Very cool. Great, so now you should be able to cancel anything always. Love it. Or K down, KB, caps lock. Oh yeah, look, it works so good. Oh, I love it. Let's make these things less colorful. Maybe like black with white text would be cool. Oh, but text is hard to change. Let's say 0.5. And we'll check it in. Something a little less bright. That's fine. Could even go darker. 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. that's fine. Man, that's fucking sick. What did I change? Menu commands. Menu commands. That's fucking cool. It would also be good if we could insert a escape button, like a cancel button. Whenever you call a placement command, we set your extra buttons. Yeah, let's do that as well. Game data. We have standard widgets. This thing is the cancel widget. Cancel. This thing is what is this? This is a nothing command. It's a menu command. Let's make menus be maybes. It's not going to file. Okay, good. Client, now it doesn't compile. Oh, sure, does this compile? This doesn't compile. Bum, bum. Okay, cool. So, when we do a placement command, we want to also oh, yeah, okay. So client, probably, let's go back to widgets. Cancel widget. Where's that? Here. Put this in client. It's also not how you spell cancel. Cancel widget. Fmap. Do. Great. So they should give us a cancel widget always. Escape key. They should give us like a cancel always. Oh, cancel is in the wrong place. Of course it's in the wrong place. It should be in column 4, row 3. Build. Why can't we build? Is it just lag? What's happening? It's kind of laggy. Oh my fucking god, come on. Build. Yeah, cool. Command center, escape. Moving, escape. I think everything should set this, right? Whenever you're... Okay. Whenever we set the command cont, we actually want to set these things as well. Cool. It's laggy as fuck for some reason. Is it my new text drawing? I wonder what it is. Cool, we got a little state machine here. We should maybe make it say X command. And nope, client. We got this widget I just made, and we're gonna say it's got escape key, X key. Then it'll look a little better. Hey, look at that. That's fucking cool. Good work. Get status, diff. Add cancel button. You know what's a problem is actually, I think we can confuse the state now though. If we say build command X. What's happening? Oh, it's actually not listening to me on that. So I think we're fine then. Yeah, it's fine. Great. That seems like maybe a good place to stop for tonight. I don't know what else I want to work on. I don't really need to stop. It's just I don't know what else to work on. But I got all this energy drink. I got so much energy drink. I'm only like a little bit through it. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to stop for now. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Love y'all.